What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the All Sports All Plays Network. This is what we call the NBA postgame show. I told you guys the other night from the All Sports All Plays Network, every night there's a playing game, playoff game to the finals. We will keep you guys posted on all the playoff games that happen that night. Huge shout out to the network on today that we accomplished. We finally got 1,000 followers today. Shout out to all our viewers. Shout out to all our analysts on the network. This could not have been achieved without anybody, with any of you guys. Hey, just looking forward to what the future holds for everybody here at the network and to all our viewers. We have the best analysts on the network on here tonight. We got Nate the Great, the top left with me. Got Kenny, even though he's a Cowboys fan at the bottom. Got Ray, who think he bullies me, but I'll be really bullying him at the bottom of me. I give him that Stephen A. Smith treatment to Max Kellerman treatment. Just saying.
Yeah, it don't work.
Just lying, you mean?
It don't work. It doesn't work.
Well, let's get into it, gentlemen. Hey, we had two teams that was fighting to get into the playoffs. We have one that made it, and two that made it, and two that's trying to get back into it. The first game that we're going to cover is the last one that just played. We have the Boston Celtics and the Washington Wizards. Hey, man, the Boston won 118-100. The high scoring man for the Celtics was no other than Jason Tatum. He went for a 50-piece nugget, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He went totally off. And Bradley Beal was the leading scorer for the Wizards with 22, 9 and 6. And however, we can definitely tell that Bradley Beal was still, dealing with that hamstring injury. So we'll get Kenny on this one. Kenny, what's your thoughts on the game, my brother?
The Celtics did what they were supposed to do, what they should have done. They were the team with the most talent going into this game, even without Jaylen Brown. They still had more talent than the Washington Wizards. So, at the end of the day, most times, especially in a one-game situation, the team with the most talent is going to come out on top, and that's what happened. Jason Tatum is an elite player, and he just showed that showed that on tonight. And now they get to go to Brooklyn, and good luck to them on that.
Hey, if Jason Tatum had scored 50 to beat a Washington Wizards team, he probably going to have to average 100 points. I'm just saying. Nate, what's your thoughts on it?
So I noticed that even though they won, I think having Jaylen Brown out of this game definitely did hurt. Jason Tatum did have to step more. Definitely did, but I don't think that's gonna work when going up against Brooklyn. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think you're probably going to put Jason Tatum's probably going to put 50 points per game against the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think. Well, maybe one game, maybe two, but I don't think it's going to be throughout the whole series. I don't see it lasting long, and I definitely think losing Jaylen Brown is definitely proof of that.
Hey, Ray, we've seen Bradley Beal dealing with a hamstring injury. Do you think, they have another chance, another shot going against the Charlotte Hornets on, I believe, Thursday, I want to say?
No, they're playing the Pacers.
Pacers, I'm sorry, my bad.
Pacers, yeah.
This is Thursday, right, though, right?
Yes.
All right. Do you think that they'll be able to get past the Hornets?
The Pacers. I
I
think.
mean, no, the Pacers won. It's the Hornets.
No,
the Hornets?
Pacers won, so they're playing the loser of
What's the Hornets?
the Wizards. So Pacers are playing the
the Hornets got one more game though. They don't
Yeah,
they?
it's Hornets.
Because the losers plays the losers for the 8th seed, and then the winner versus the winners play for the 7th seed. I think that's what it is. I think that's how the play-in game works.
I don't think so, but I'll look it up.
I think that's how they discussed it.
You know what, John? You're a smart man because I was just about to get up to that. You know,
another.
We talked about Mr. Westbrook yesterday on Real Talk, and what did the smart man Freddie say?
Another dummy.
He don't care about winning. All he cares about is getting that triple double, putting up stats. That's all he cares about.
Yeah, so he just tried not to win tonight, right? Okay.
So I looked it up. The Pacers will play the Wizards on Thursday, not the Hornets.
Not the Hornets.
The Hornets are out. They're done.
I thought the Pacers advanced to the playoffs now.
No, they have one more shot because they were the 9th and 10th seed. They go off and they play the Wizards because they lost.
And the winner of that game gets what?
And the winner of that game gets the 8th seed, and they go off against the 76ers.
So the Celtics automatically qualify for the 7th.
Yeah,
that's what it was. The 7th seed falls then to Brooklyn, and then you got the winner of the Hornets and the loser of the Boston game. So the Wizards got one more game. So the Wizards and the Indiana Pacers. But if the Indiana Pacers look good tonight, though.
I don't like that idea, man. Like, I really don't.
I don't either.
I think they should have done the 9th seed should have gone into the 8th seed and let the two losers go bye-bye.
Yeah,
that's what they should have done.
Yeah, I honestly thought that they were going to do 7-10 and 8-9 and do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first year of them doing it, so of course I'm sure they're gonna make some tweaks down the line as they see how this goes. But I like the competitive nature of it, and I just like this gives the early feel. Like, to me, it reminds me of the 5-game series a little bit, but even shorter that they used to have in the playoffs back in the day. Right. So I like the competitive element to it, and just adds another layer to it. So I just think, of course, they're going to do some tweaks down the line, but I think this is a good start.
Now, to answer your question, Freddie, here about the Washington and the Indiana Pacers game, will the Pacers have the same game they had against the Hornets, or that usually a team has a good game, the very next time they play, they don't have that great game. So Washington could be more competitive against Indiana Pacers. And then, to me, I think the Indiana Pacers Hornets was not even a match. Hornets was a better match with the Boston game team than they were with the Pacers, and the Pacers just destroyed them.
Well, let's hold off on that before we get to that real quick. Eric said y'all not going to talk about this as if Boston didn't play great. No,
Jason Tatum played great. Kemba Walker didn't really have a great shooting game. He was 9 for 23, I believe. So,
yeah, and I will say this: Fournier, he's going to have to step up and play a bigger role now that Jaylen Brown is out too. If they even have a chance. Mm-hmm. That's what I had my eye was out on him to see. Okay, are you going to step up? Are you going to give us 20 to 25 points tonight? That's a question mark for that team. But like I said, man, when the lights get bright, at the end of the day, you can't take him for his talent. Russell Westbrook is a great player. He's a phenomenal player. He hustles 1,000 times. He's go out there and he compete. But the only thing that he cares about.
You just contradicted yourself. You just contradicted yourself. You said he hustles. Yeah. You said he hustles, he competes, but he doesn't want to win.
He doesn't.
That don't even make no sense.
He don't want to win. He wants to get his triple double.
How do you hustle and compete, but you don't want to win?
Please
make that make sense.
So you're saying that they're competing for a loss?
No. What I'm saying is that he's going out there, and as long as he get his triple double, he is content.
Yes. He only got a double. He didn't get a triple double. He was one. he was 5 assists away from getting that triple double, but he only got a double double, and he still scored 20 points.
But shot the
Him,
ball horrible.
he
and he's
shot 6 for
always been
18.
he's been a streaky shooter his entire career.
But
So
I
that's
will give him
nothing new.
credit, and I will give him credit for this though. The referees was not calling a fair game in my eyes. You can definitely tell how many fouls the
He played with
Boston
5
Celtics
fouls.
got, Boston Celtics got compared to what the Wizards received. I mean, Jason Tatum going in there, foul. Westbrook clearly getting hit. You know, the refs like,
No,
okay,
he was getting hit. But that's what's going to happen in a playoffs is you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt in terms of the whistle on the road. So
yeah,
you just
Right.
got to play through adversity. And Eric, I totally agree with you. We've been talking about that on Real Talk for years about them not having any bigs. And Kimba and Kimba's a Bronx guy, so I got to show him some love. But sometimes he's not as efficient, and he sometimes gets. But now, especially with Jaylen Brown being out, he has to be more aggressive. He has to score more points. So it's it's a yin and a yang. It's a give and a take.
Yeah,
John.
he scored
He was
29 points. He scored 29 points today,
Yeah,
and then he was 10 for 24 from field goal, 6 for
yeah,
14 from
6 for 14
3.
for 3. So that's really good.
Yeah, I mean,
John.
and then he
Uh,
pulled down. Then he pulled down seven rebounds in this game. He only had 2 assists and 2 steals, but he pulled
Yeah,
down
he
7
only went
rebounds.
to Westbrook only went to the NBA Finals, into the conference finals, but he doesn't want to win. But go ahead, you guys
John.
continue with that.
John. He will never win a title.
You guys
Because
continue with that.
but look at as many look at all the talent he had around him, and he's not able to get it done. Then he will never get it done now. Um, I mean, he's a great player, but he's just not going to win one. Maybe he do. You know, maybe he go join a team that's almost guaranteed to win. I don't know. But let's just keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's bring up
Please.
the first game of the night. And honestly, I think everybody thought Charlotte was going to win. News came out that
I did.
Karis LeVert was not able to play due to safety protocols, and everybody like, well, okay, well, Sabonis was questionable. I mean, even though he had a good game, I thought Charlotte should have took that game easily. I don't think me personally. I don't think they competed like this was an urgent game for them. I don't think they came with the mindset of what this game meant. And it could be just because they're a young team, and that's something that they got to grow into and learn. And hopefully they didn't have Gordon Hayward as well too, which they haven't had for a while. But he's a big piece of that offense as well. The score was 140. I mean, the way they lost, 144 to 117 was kind of embarrassing. O'Shea Brissett was the leading scorer for the Hornets. He had 23 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. I'm sorry, for the Pacers. And for the Hornets,
It was Miles Bridges.
Miles Bridges was the leading scorer, 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. They had other guys step up with double figures scoring as well, but hey, the Pacers had a field day scoring. So we'll go with Kenny on this one. Kenny, where does the Hornets go from here?
This is just a step in a building, a building block or a place, a foundation in terms of because this is the core of that team is pretty young. You talk about Miles Bridges and you talk about LaMelo Ball. Those guys are really young, and they play pivotal roles or play leading roles on the team. So they have a mix of some young veterans and some veterans, and a little bit here and there. And I just think that they're really just one piece away, one marquee free agent away. And we talked about this on Real Talk, is that they're pretty much one marquee free agent away from really taking that next step into being like the top 4 and top 5, or top 4, I should say, top 4 type of seed in the Eastern Conference. But they have some really good young talent. PJ Washington, he's a little streaky with his shot. So that kind of hurts him at times. But they have some good young pieces again. Malik Monk, PJ Washington, LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges. Those are 4 young guys that are all in their early 20s. So they definitely have some building blocks, and they need to do a little more work. But this was to be expected. I didn't expect them to, and of course young guys being first time on the playoff stage. It's a different stage, and sometimes the lights get a little bright, and that's what we saw tonight. Is the lights got a little too bright for them. Indiana has some playoff, like Brockton had some playoff experience. That's and they were at home. So that's I didn't expect it to be this bad. This game wasn't even competitive from the first half.
Right.
So I was a little surprised about that. But I did expect the Pacers to win, even with LeVert being out.
All right. We'll go to Ray on this one. Ray, we'll piggyback off what Kenny said. We know you're a Hornets fan, but with this playing situation, normally they probably would have made the playoffs if it was, the playing situation, whatever. This playing situation, how big is this for a team that normally would not, be even in the conversation playing right now, but for them to go through this phase, this time of year, how big is this for that team?
It's big. I mean, they're like Kenny said, they're a young team. Anything you can get with some experience with these young guys and getting these in a competitive game is going to help these guys in moving up into the next year. And to me, because the Hornets played on the road against Indiana, Hornets. If you look at the Hornets season, they're inconsistent when they play on the road. They're better at home, inconsistent on the road. They need to learn how to win on the road. And then once they can get that edge and learn how to win on the road, then this Hornet team is going to be competitive. And like you said, to me, I believe they're one person away to being that team to be a little bit more consistent. But then they got to learn how to win on the road. That's a huge factor for a basketball team. You got to win on the other team's court. You got to pull some of these upsets on these other teams' court. And today, even though they're playing the play-in game, they were set to be in that 7th, 8th seed, but then they followed all with number 10 when they lost to the Wizards in the final game of the regular season. So they came in really limping into the play-in game, and then they played on the road where there have been inconsistency on the road. And when you don't have a lot of people stepping up and a lot of bench scoring, helping out on the bench and stuff like that, and then you get the young kids who really doesn't like Melo. He's only 19 years old, and this is his first NBA playoff game. He's learning. He's still maturing. He's still getting his body filled out to be a little bit stronger guy. So you're going to see him improve next year. And him playing in this playing game, it gives him the ability to learn and get how to prepare for a playoff game.
Nate,
Yeah.
this off season, do you think Michael Jordan will finally get the right pieces to put around his Hornets team, or they can compete deep in the playoff run for next season?
To piggyback off to what Kenny said, I think they need to get some sort of veteran leadership, in that locker room because I saw a stat earlier. That this season, I don't remember the numbers, but you remember the rankings. There were 4 teams that played majority. Their younger guys played majority of their minutes, and that being the Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets, and the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets, out of those 4 teams, is the only team that makes the playoffs. They have the young guys. What we saw from the day, they didn't have their a younger squad. Therefore, they don't have as much experience in playoffs as you would say for like a Nuggets team who's made it back with Joker, with Jamal Murray, with Lakers, with and then also the piggyback onto what Ray said, they're not as great on the road as they are at home.
That's a sign of a young team, though.
Yeah,
that they struggle on the road.
That's true. It is a sign of a young team, but it also didn't shock me that the Pacers blew them out. What I'm trying to say.
John, I think that's going to be actually a good game. I think I'm going to go with the Spurs. just because they have Popovich still over there. You still have DeRozan, DeJounte Murray. I think he's going to step up and dominate and go crazy. I know we don't talk about him much, but
I don't know if we're going to dominate John, but I think that's going to be a great head-to-head
you don't
matchup.
think so?
Nah, John Moran is he's something different. So, but DeJounte Murray is very underrated or unsung in terms of being a young point guard. So I'm excited about seeing that matchup. Another guy that I like on the Spurs is Keldon Johnson. He's another good young player. And I think, I said this on Real Talk that they need to, Pop needs to kind of take the reins off of him a little bit. He's been inconsistent in terms of his minutes. I guess, trying to play Rudy Gay, the vet. But I just think he really has the potential to really be a big time player down the line. So this is an interesting matchup. So I'm looking forward to watching this one.
I am too.
Hey, tonight was very interesting. Tomorrow night is going to be interesting as well. You got the Grizzlies, got the Spurs, got the Lakers and Warriors. It's going to be good.
And you make sure you come on Real Talk on Thursday, win or lose, especially if they lose.
Hey, brother, I'm going to be on there tomorrow night.
I don't want to hear nothing about I don't want to hear nothing about something came up this last minute. I had a family emergency. I don't want to hear none of that.
See, Freddie can't be like me. My team loses, I show up. So
you face the music. You face the music, Ray. Salute to you.
Realistically speaking, we play the Portland Trailblazers the first round. I wouldn't be surprised if we make it past the first round.
Hey, listen.
So
Dame Dollar is a different animal in the playoffs. Dame Dollar is a different animal in the playoffs. So
yeah.
That should make Kenny feel good.
You know what, John? I didn't like some of the things that you were saying earlier, but now you're back in my good graces.
All right, gentlemen. That's going to wrap up our post-game show for the night. We're going to let all our viewers know, yet again, we finally hit 1,000 followers on the page. Hey, keep rolling in, viewers. This cannot be possible without you guys. Please share our page, comment on our shows, and
ask for the notifications. Request the notifications so you get the notifications when we go live.
Well, exactly. And then, hey, check us out on YouTube as well.
Yeah, subscribe to YouTube. Click the notification bell on that as well.
Hey, help us get 1,000 on that YouTube channel.
No doubt.
Yep. Hey, we don't know who knows. We'll throw some gifts out there as well. We're gonna think of some kind of gifts out there for the viewers as well. Hey, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow night with the post game show. Got Just Say the Truth tomorrow evening as well. This is the ASAP Network. You gentlemen, you guys have a great night. Nate, take us home.
All right.